So what's up, YouTube? Hey, anyway, this pump is pretty loud, so might be kind of hard for you guys to hear me, but this is what I came up with. I got it all built. So I might actually turn that pump off, but what I have is I got a 1,000 gallon per hour pump right there, and it's pumping straight into this epi bucket. I'm gonna cut this shit off. It's pretty loud with the it's pretty loud because there's not any I don't have a restrictor on it or nothing. So anyway, I just got done building all this shit. So basically I got a 1,000 gallon per hour pump coming straight off of the pull line, which is pretty much what I always have done. And then that runs straight over here to the epi bucket. As you can see, it's putting a lot of dissolved oxygen in that bucket. And what I did was I put a submersible, and none of those fittings really need to be glued, so you don't have to glue those. And I just put a bulkhead fitting that goes to the outside, so that just keeps the water and shit out when I fill it up. And basically it goes into some T's right here, and that dumps back into each individual bucket. So what we're doing is we're actually creating dissolved oxygen in each individual bucket, okay? But we're also pulling the dissolved oxygen from the big epi bucket. So that's where we measure our, ppm and our pH and all that shit. That's where we control all of that. We don't actually put a plant in that bucket. That's just a control bucket. The plants go into these 4 buckets. So anyway, I'm really thinking that this is going to be like a really big advantage. We won't have to run air stones. I might run them for like the first week because I like the way that it bubbles up through the hydrogen and gives the roots a chance to like get going. Once the roots are in the buckets, I'll pull the air stones out. There's really be no need for them. Unless I put them in front of each. If I put them in front of those right there, that'll actually keep the roots from growing into the pipes. These are 2.5 inch pipes, so I've never had any problems with root clogs and shit. I'm personally just not a big fan of 3/4 inch fittings all the way through. I like to have these big pipes at the bottom, so that it just keeps the whole system level. There was a guy saying the other day that bigger systems, bigger reservoirs stabilize your system better. It's kind of true to an extent, but as long as you're not dealing with any kind of root issues, your pH should stay stable anyway. So once you get your pH set, I've had to adjust it maybe once or twice, but once you get like a good system going, and you don't have any root problems, your pH should stay pretty level, pretty stable. When you start having root problems, or you start getting like nutrient lockup, or like you're putting too much chemicals that like not supposed to go in there, that could really cause pH fluctuations. But as long as you're like diluting your mixes when you put them in, your pH should level off, especially if you have a lot of dissolved oxygen. So I just like this system a little better. It's not as clunky. It doesn't really have a whole lot going on. It's got a little bit more going on now because of the feedback that I'm putting back into the buckets, that dissolved oxygen. But I'm not going to run no water chiller on this at all. I'm only going to run UC roots, and I may not even run that, but I probably will just at like probably 3 milliliters per gallon, just as kind of a preventative. So we're going to see, man, how this is going to work out. I got a feeling this shit's just going to blast retarded. I've had really good success in a lot of the smaller systems and even the bigger systems in the past. But I'm just basically doing this because I'm getting ready for a competition. And this guy is running Coco, and he's like, anyway, yeah. So I got to spank this fucking dude's ass and teach him a lesson. And then I'll go from there. So I just wanted to give you guys a rundown. I don't have any leaks, nothing. As long as you do your bulkheads on your 2.5 pipes, man, right, correctly, it really ain't that hard. I have never had leaks out of those bulkheads, not once. I could lift this whole system up, take it outside, clean it without even taking it apart. Bring it back in, and it's good to go. Don't leak or nothing. Once you get them bulkheads tightened up on them buckets, man, they're there to stay. This will actually be super easy to clean because all I have to do is just unhook that, pull the line off of that one bulkhead, and then all those 2 hoses will come up. I could just dump them in a tote and soak them with bleach and clean them. So I personally like to build stuff with simplicity, you know what I'm saying? And I noticed on YouTube, I saw some guys that like copy my DWC builds and made their own fucking videos. And I think it's fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I made these videos like 3 or 4 years ago, and I've seen some guys post some videos like a year ago of basically my whole system just copied, and they just fucking went with it. So I don't really give a fuck. I ain't in this shit for fame, you know what I'm saying? I'm just in it for helping people, and I just enjoy it. Like I really have a passion for innovation and design when it comes to these systems. So I didn't steal this design from nobody. I didn't copy it. I don't really watch YouTube videos of like other people's shit. I just happened to notice, you know, when I was looking back at my old videos, and then I saw another video below it, and I was like, wait a minute, that looks like exactly what the fuck I built. And then it was, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so this is what I came up with, and I think it's gonna work good. So I just wanted to post this video just to kind of give you guys an update. I'm gonna put a CMH in here for now. I got a 630 CMH for now. I'm gonna go ahead and get some plants in here tonight, get them going, and then I'll update on that after that's put up. And then I got some cobs that I ordered, some the Gen 8 Veros that are coming in. So they're gonna go up here. I got they're gonna be 9 of them total. They're gonna be it's gonna be like capable of 750 watts total, but I'm probably gonna only run them around 450, 500. You know, when I get the full flower. And then once I flip these, of course, I'm gonna close this tent up, but I'm gonna put a scrog net in here. That way I can access it from all 3 sides, you know what I'm saying? So when you're vegging, you don't really need your fucking tent closed. I see a lot of people that got tents closed and veg, and it's like, why are they fucking doing that, man? You don't really need to have like a closed tent when you're vegging, because you're on 18.6. If they get a little bit of side light or whatever, it doesn't matter. Obviously, you can't really run CO2 in a fucking tent that's being exhausted. I mean, I guess you could if you like pissing money away, but there's really no need to close the tent in if you're in an 18.6 environment, unless you got I mean, really, there's no unless. I mean, fuck, dude, you got your flower tent should all be closed anyway, and those motherfuckers leak light like crazy. So we'll see how this fucking tent holds up. But anyway, what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll get back into more shit later when I get these plants put in and I get the light hung and all this shit's completely set up. And like I said, when I go to flip, which won't take long because these DWC systems, man, they fucking blast plants like crazy. You'll see growth like you've never seen. So I'll go ahead and get these in, get it all set up, and I'll make another video tonight. All right, thanks guys for watching.